Hello, my beautiful and talented people. Thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and booking readings. I really deeply appreciate you all. Today, we are asking the question, what makes you attractive, you beautiful people out there? So just figure out which one pile feels right for you. I am doing another giveaway at 9,000 subscribers, so be subscribed and comment. You're in the running for that. If you want to book with me, my email's in the description right below the timestamps. I have had one or two people say that they got stuck in that my responses got stuck in their spam folder. So if you didn't get something right within 24 hours from me, just make sure that you've checked. So I deeply appreciate you. Time for pile number 1. So pile number 1, my gorgeous angels. What makes you attractive? What makes pile number 1 attractive? What makes pile number 1 attractive? What makes pile number 1 attractive? Seven of Cups. Well, I know this is about attractive, but you're probably a very responsible person, although you probably take on way more burdens than you should. It does look as if you might be going through something right now with the 5 of Cups and the 10 of Wands together, which is about caring way too much and being dealing with grief and perhaps loss. There is, however, not all is lost in this card. There is that light. But it looks like you may be going through some kind of healing experience, taking on a lot of burdens and dealing with loss. We've got the 7 of Cups. So there is a need to prioritize what your most important things are right now. Because you may have several options. You may not realize how many options you have. Okay. I think you don't realize how many options you have. Partially because you do hold heavy burdens and because you are grieving something. But this is a silver linings card. It's like sometimes it's not everything is lost. There is this healing process, but it is also, the swords are kind of facing outward. She's getting a chance to relax, but you may not be with the swords outward so you can relax. There is a chance that you might keep people a little bit at bay, which, if you're going through an emotional time, that is understandable. But that is not because you don't have options. You have options. We've got the Ace of Swords and the Lady. One of the things that makes you most attractive is actually going to be you having pretty strong standards for yourself. And for some of you, it is because you have really strong standards for yourself. Some of you, you're coming to a place where you have really strong standards for yourself. And strong standards for the honesty and clarity that you'll deal with regarding other people, which is absolute, or they need to go away, which is good. Clarity on the 10 of Wands. 7 of Cups. It's not the 7 of Cups. That's the 7 of Cups. This is the 7 of Pentacles. With 7 of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles is about where you are investing your time, where you are, and you may be holding on to something, hoping that it'll pay off. So we've got with the Seven of Pentacles, some of you might be waiting for somebody. If so, this is a pretty heavy burden that you're carrying. With the Seven of Pentacles, though, this is about, like, it's about planting seeds for later harvest. So, bridge and the Six of Wands. So the bridge is when you move past the blocks that you have. And the Six of Wands is about success. So in some ways, like, you do, like, you have a lot of options with people. It's not that you don't have options with people. You do maybe need to focus on, you know, what's going to lead to success for you, what seeds you're going to plant that's going to actually bear, actually grow. Just because you've already invested in something doesn't necessarily mean that you should hold on to it if it's never paying off. Clarity on the Five of Cups. So I will say you're incredibly loyal, which is also a very attractive thing. I think that it's just important to be, you know, occasionally check in and make sure that that loyalty is going both ways. We've got the Five of Cups and the Ace of Cups. You are on the brink of having a new beginning in love and a new beginning in honesty, clarity. I feel like you've gone through a lot of healing. You're becoming a very, very self-possessed version of yourself. If you aren't already, I feel like you're on your way. But you've got, despite what may have been lost, you've got a new emotional beginning coming forward for you. Some kind of love overflowing. We've got the World. The World is a very successful end of a cycle. This is also an end of a cycle, but it's a burdened end of a cycle where, so I feel like it's understandable. Life is hard, so it's understandable that you might be burdened, that you might have regrets, or that you may be grieving, that you may need to heal. All of that is super understandable. But know that options are on the table for you. Cycles are ending for you in the best possible way that are leading to your new beginnings and your success. So I know that this is about how attractive you are, but I feel like you don't seem to realize how many options you are, how attractive you are, because the lady, that's the queen of the deck, of the Lenormand. We've got the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups, we've got the World, and the World is, you're already everything. You're already that. I think that you just may need to be able to move forward from some difficult things. But it's not that anything isn't enough about you. Like, this is everything. You have options on the table. you just need to be able to bridge the gap towards your success from the things that you might be holding on to that don't serve you anymore. Doesn't mean that those things never served you. Clarity on the Seven of Cups. Clarity on the Seven of Cups. Seven of Wands. You, however, may be a little bit too defensive about the options that you have on the table. The people, yes, not every cup that will be offered to you is worth taking. But the Ace of Cups is there. So, giving yourself the ability to at least allow in the good. Because you also may come off as very, you may be very defensive regarding options that you do have that could lead to happiness and better cycles for you. So it's not that you shouldn't stand up for yourself, and it's not that you shouldn't be discerning. You absolutely should. But discernment is not just about the people you should say no to, but also the opportunities you should say yes to. And this is a culmination. What makes you attractive, pile number one? You're fair and you're beautiful. You stand out. You're, despite the fact that you have gone through some things, I definitely see that you've gone through some things. Like, ultimately, you're a winner. You're somebody that stands out, that absolutely can be on top of things, absolutely be victorious. Yeah. And we have the Chariot. Yeah. Victory, victory. Justice. So, and Nine of Pentacles. So, your independence, your willingness to build yourself up is one of the things that makes you attractive. There's all this success, all this universe trying to balance for you. Just make sure that you don't get in your own way regarding that. Clarity on the Chariot, clarity on the Chariot, the Ship, and the Ten of Swords. The Ship is about moving forward, and moving forward emotionally, because water is emotion. We have the Ten of Swords, which is betrayal, difficult endings. Like, you're meant to succeed. You're meant to win. You are somebody that has everything going for them to build something steady and stable with. You have everything going for you to move forward towards victory and have the scales balance in your favor. But you may need to move forward emotionally from some betrayal. And it's not because it didn't matter. It's not because your feelings don't matter. It's just because it doesn't serve you anymore. Investing in something that's, that's a burden that's better left alone. Just let yourself have victory. Because I've got grief, I've got loss, I've got healing, so you definitely, you are pulling yourself out of whatever's going on, but allow yourself to have victory, because you're meant to have victory. What makes you attractive? You don't know what the person next to you is dealing with or has endured. Think of that before you compare or judge. This came on top of the Justice card, so you might be a very compassionate person. You might be somebody who withholds judgment in order to make things fair. We've got protection with Terra, with green Terra. While I do see an upswing in things in which, like, the universe is trying to move you forward to something much better, because these are both movement cards moving towards something good. We've got protection. I think you're a very strong person. I think you're a very protective person. I think that you're somebody that definitely offers that, and occasionally it does lead to grief for you. Just because you may feel a sense of loss when clarity, but like one of the things that is attractive about you is that you are this steady, you are protective, you are lovely, really. Ace of Wands and commitment. You are somebody that is very committed. In fact, again, I think you're very loyal. I think that occasionally you may have to focus and look and see if that loyalty is actually being given back to you. But you're very loyal, you're very committed, you're very passionate, you're very, like, with this green energy, with, that's all from the heart space, and it's also growth. So you have this beautiful heart. I'm definitely getting that a lot of you are very physically attractive as well. We've got the Ace of Wands, we've got all these lovely ladies, but there's enough. The Justice card, this is a beauty card, obviously this is beautiful. This is like, just know all the things that you do to build yourself up is making you more steady and stable, is making you attractive, and even your independence is attractive, even if you occasionally may hold up a barrier against offers. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you hold on too tightly to things, sometimes things that you need to let go of because they're not going to. An Ace of Pentacles, another ace, a brand new beginning, and I think that's the last ace. Like, you have all these options in front of you, or you have all these new beginnings in front of you, and some of them, aren't going to be worth your time, and some of them are, going to lead to you receiving the same kind of commitment that you put in. But there's the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles stems from a fear of loss. So it can lead to being too greedy, too withholding, not opening up. Or it can lead to, like, being so afraid to lose that you hold on to things that you shouldn't hold on to. Hold on to, like, real significant burdens that maybe end up being, just something that you carry. So I will say there is definitely a warning that you should let things flow. Yeah, let things flow right now. Stay in the present and don't get too far ahead of the flow. You'll soon trust that nothing more will come that can be handled in each moment. So there is maybe a need for you to be in the right now, because if you're in the right now, you are in your power. And since this was on top of the Four of Pentacles, like, if some situation just won't flow and it won't come together, and somebody won't reciprocate or won't give to you, that's not where you should be continuing to plant your seeds and hoping for a future. Just concentrate on the now. Allow things to flow. Allow yourself to be successful. Because we've got the Ace of Pentacles being offered to the Nine of Pentacles. That is the Ten of Pentacles. That is something, that is what you deserve. You deserve abundance. You are an abundant person on your own, and you can be an even more abundant person with people who offer you something that's worth having. Because this is like a real offer. What makes you attractive? Cell phone. Polish your communication skills. You might be a very good communicator, or you might need to make sure that you're communicating clearly. Because you're absolutely worthy. Justice, like justice, success, the world, like you're a standout person. And you're a loyal person and a very attractive person. You're super passionate, but we've got the mask. Are you wearing a mask? One of two things. And we've also got pretending that you're okay. So, and healing. So with the mask, I do have, there's fear, there's loss, and maybe you don't want to show your genuine face to people in order to avoid being rejected for who you are, or just, having to be tough all the time. Either that, or there may be people in your life that are not showing you their true face. Either way, there's some kind of burden that you're holding on to. And there's some kind of pretending that you're okay. And you know what? It's first step sometimes to being okay, but we've got the tree, which is healing. We've got the Four of Swords that is healing. You're moving towards healing. You're moving towards even greater spiritual development, which is what the Seven is for. You're moving towards the Sun, which is, just joy. We have the Owl, which is about learning and applying past knowledge. And we have the Panda Bear, which is about intimacy. So, don't be so hurt by past situations that you won't allow something good to happen to you. And don't be so and also, definitely, you have options. You have many options. Make sure that you're dealing with trustworthy people. Make sure that their actions and their words match. And that you're okay with those actions and words. So, I feel like you're coming out of something that was difficult. You're moving towards success. There's a need to focus on the right now. And you may need to work on your communication. You may need to maybe ask for what you want. It's okay. Not everybody needs to give it to you, but then you don't need to keep building. I wish you so much happiness. And you are somebody, like, when I say you stand out, you stand out. When I say you have options, you definitely have options. I just feel like there's a lot of pain here. And that pain may keep you from taking the options that you do have. The options that will lead to real happiness for you. So just allow good things to happen. It doesn't mean that you need to let down 100% of your guard. It just means that people always show you who they are. It's just sometimes we get so wrapped up in them before we get to learn who they are, that we start trying to fit people into a box that maybe they didn't belong in the first place. So I wish you so much luck and happiness. I deeply appreciate you. And thank you so much. If you do want to book with me, my email's in the description right below the timestamps. I deeply, again, appreciate you. If you want to be part of the giveaway at 9,000 subscribers, just make sure that you are subscribed and you comment. And thanks again. So my gorgeous pile number 2s. What makes you attractive? What makes you attractive? Judgment. What makes you attractive? 7 of Pentacles. What makes you attractive? The Lovers. What makes you attractive? Justice. You've got a good head on your shoulders. You're fair. You're like even-tempered. You're very loving. You're still very passionate. And you're willing to invest in something. What makes you attractive? What makes pile 2 attractive? Just think of how many major arcanas are here. So with how many major arcanas are here, you're doing a lot to be on your highest and best life path. Just letting you know. And you bring a lot of happiness. You bring a lot of just sheer good vibes and enjoyment. What makes you attractive? We have the 7 of Cups. You certainly have a lot of options. A lot of people fantasize about you. It is going to be important for you to be discerning about the options that you take. Because again, not you are attractive, but like make sure that the person that you get that you let in, like, is, you know, is not a snake, but like a victory for you. What makes you attractive? What makes you attractive? Judgment. You've got good judgment. You've got good discerning skills. You may not have always, but you've learned. Yeah, you've learned from what you need to learn from, so you can like grow, be happy, make choices towards being in a loving relationship. Knight of Swords. You may also be very quick-witted and have a really good head on your shoulders. Yeah, a lot of You also, whether you have in the past or not, you don't put up with situations or people that offer you disrespect. What makes you attractive? Pile number 2. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, you are fair and you're generous and you're giving, and you like the people. You're somebody that, as long as people just do right by you, you make their lives so much better. Again, you're just the sun. Like, you're definitely the warmest person. You just bring a lot of happiness and joy. People may not even know why they're so happy around you, but they are. Like they said, they don't always remember what you say or what you did, but they remember how, I mean, I'm misquoting and I don't even remember who, but people remember how you make them feel. And your wish fulfillment. Your wish fulfillment, because yeah, just know that you're out here making your dreams come true, and you offer people a lot of happiness. You offer people a lot of healing. You're very giving, but you also set boundaries when that's no longer something that's appropriate. Yeah. Major arcana, major arcana, major arcana, major arcana. Just, you are being this beacon of light, beacon of healing, beacon of hope. You're creating like wish fulfillment. You're moving forward. And, anybody would be lucky. Just anybody you give your time and energy to is absolutely lucky. Lucky that they get to be around you. Lucky that they get, like, what makes you attractive? 6 of Pentacles going on top of 6 of Pentacles. You're very giving, very generous, and in a really practical way. 10 of Cups going on top of the Sun. You've had the Sun twice. People just want to be around you. People really want to be in a long-term relationship with you. People want to because people just imagine having long-term happiness with you. And by the way, the 10 of Cups going on with the 9 of Cups. It looks like you've done a lot to, despite whatever has gone in your life, make yourself as happy as you absolutely can be. People are very passionate. We've got the Ace of Wands regarding you and the Knight of Wands. And you probably have a lot of people who may want to make you offers. You need to make sure that they're, have something to back that up with. But you're the Queen. You've got Queen of Swords energy, so you'll cut out people who aren't that that aren't going to, who are going to come in for what they want and then not stick around. We've got the we've got the 6 of Wands and the Bridge. The Bridge is about overcoming obstacles. So you're incredibly impressive. You have really good judgment. You are very fair. And and you're a really good time to be around. Just like, and people have a lot of passionate thoughts about you. We've got Crazy Lad, which is about self-care. So a lot of you, the reason why you're so far along, why you're so on your path, is because you've been doing a lot of self-care to take back your happiness. And it's leading to new beginnings for you. It's leading to, you really learning and discerning from the past. You really having these balanced situations. We've got the cold heart, and we have a deformed relationship. Something that's maybe at one point worked, but it's just so bent out of shape. And we have something that's a healthy connection too. So we have some kind of connection bringing you good fortune. We have, I feel like a lot of you are moving on, moving forward, and this is bringing the star wish fulfillment to you. We have the letter F and the number 1. You may be focusing on self-care, but you're not in any way selfish. You're, you're somebody who invests for the future. You're somebody who, but I think that at some point, you're moving towards success because maybe you're not continuing to time and energy into things that may never pay off for you. Going from things that, connections that may be unhealthy or malformed into much, much better ones. With the cold heart, are you being cold-hearted? You're not, even though Queen of Swords is here, I'm not getting cold or bitter. Why is the cold-hearted? Why is the cold heart here? We've got death. So, with death, it's a transformation. Death is an ending. We've got the cold heart, which is about, I don't know, there are some people in your life that may think that you're cold-hearted, but they're only going to be people who treated you cold-hearted before. It's just you. Yeah, I feel like you are incredibly discerning and you're bringing a lot of really good things into your life. But it may have required you to cut out people who were cold to you. It may involve you being cold to people who were, transgressive towards you. But it's leading you towards happiness. It's leading you towards new beginnings. It's leading you towards reciprocated relationships and the justice that you genuinely deserve. Any more for pile number 2? Deepening. Once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping detachment and surrender. They bring the peace of God. Part of your attractiveness is you not holding on to the things that don't want to hold on to you. And you are this incredibly deep person. You are this old soul. Bathroom, flush away all that no longer serves you. So I'm getting the impression that you're you've learned how to do that. Kali and the shadow. You may have had to face parts of yourself that you didn't like. I think that you have faced them. And you know, like, we're all human, we may have other things, but one of the things that makes you so attractive is that you know who you are. You're ready to let go of things that don't serve you, and you're so very deep. Mother Earth. You're very much about what's the big picture. So, like, you're on this, like, brilliant, smart, intelligent life plan. You're bringing in good things for you. And you're saying no to the things that just refuse to be good for you. And, like, it's... So, I'm incredibly proud of you, and you're incredibly attractive, incredibly magnetic. Not just in the, not just in a physically attractive way, but in a way that, like, people want to know, like, how you do what you do. So I hope this helps you. If you do want a free reading, I'm going to give away 2 as soon as I hit 9,000 subscribers. So be subscribed and comment. If you want to book with me, my email's in the description right below the timestamps. I deeply appreciate you all. It's time for pile number 3. What makes you attractive, pile number 3? What makes you attractive? Page of Cups. 3 of Swords. 6 of Pentacles. 7 of Swords. You are incredibly emotionally engaging. You're in a lot of ways a little bit innocent. You know, you've got this Page of Cups. You might very much be, like, emotionally in the moment. There may be a need for, like, but there is maybe a little bit of naivety there. So we've got the 6 of Pentacles, and that is giving and generous. But we have the 3 of Swords and the 5 of Swords. Now, you could just be a heartbreaker, but again, there's a little bit of naivety, and then there is somebody who takes advantage of naivety. So I think that, and then there's situations that are equally giving. So, clarity, you do have a beautiful heart. But there may be an extra level of discernment. Clarity on the Page of Cups. What makes you attractive? 7. You may be very, like, innocent and very emotionally available in the relationships that you're trying to build for the future. Clarity on the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. 6 of Pentacles. 3 of Swords. Look, there's a lot of heartbreak on the board, and again, there's a dishonest person here. So let's talk about that. We have the 8 of Pentacles, which just jumped out, which is 8 of Pentacles is the practical energy and effort that needs to be put in. It's the work we need to do. And I do think that you're a hard worker. Let's talk about this Three of Swords. You may have had some heartbreak because somebody somebody lied to you. Yeah, somebody lied to you. Let's talk about this Seven of Swords. Sun. I know this is about what makes you attractive, but they're throwing what they want to throw out there. And the Sun is about happiness, joy, and the Sun is also about clarity, an awakening. So you may end up having an awakening regarding somebody who's not very honest in your life. And that person may be somebody who created real heartbreak for you. You, however, you're an innocent breath of sunshine and beauty. You bring a lot of joy. You're a very generous person. I think that it may just be about, like, where are you investing your time and energy? Is it with somebody who's honest, who's there for you? Because the Seven of Swords, somebody who, takes what they want and but is really just about them. So you may have to look out for yourself because you are very attractive, you are very sunny, you are very joyous and joy-filled. But you also might be naive. What makes you attractive? We've got the Queen of Cups and we've got the Seven of Swords again. Again, there's a need for greater emotional discernment. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't be somebody that's gorgeous and beautiful and has like their heart on their sleeve, but it also means that being the boss of your emotions means that it's easier to recognize when you got a Seven of Swords person on your hands. So this is the Seven of Swords, this is the Seven of Swords, this is the Seven of Swords. We've got the Three of Swords coming out twice. You're very attractive, but dealing with not great people, it's still gonna hurt. So you're not getting hurt because you're not attractive, but because you need to discern and not put your time, energy, and effort into not great people. What makes you attractive? Temperance. You're a very healing person. You're somebody that's even-tempered. You're somebody that is, incredibly loving, incredibly sweet. And you may be somebody that seeks to create a lot of harmony around you. Which is something that makes you very attractive. We have a Strength card. And you may not realize how strong you are, but you are strong. You're able to overcome whatever limitations that you may have put on yourself. You're able to be brave and overcome all of that. And this is also a very you know, you probably have, you know, some physical attractiveness and beauty. Like, look at the cards we're pulling. Some of you may be feeling like you're so strong that you can save bad people from being bad people. That's kind of what's leading to a lot of heartbreak for you. It's not that people can't change, but you can change you, and you can't change someone else. What makes you attractive? Divine abundance. You were born to align with love's will. Follow the Tao and serve something beyond the ego. Learn abundance and not to chase it. You are divine abundance. This isn't about chasing things. This is about, you know, being this super loving person, being in alignment with self and being in alignment with the universe. So, like, you're an incredibly healing person. It's not that you don't offer healing, but you just can't make somebody go along if they don't want to. Money. Discover the source of your true power. I don't know if you realize how powerful that you really are, but you really are. Of course, if you invest in a lot of situations where you cannot make things better, it might make you feel powerless. But abundance, money, generosity, like, you're this gorgeous, emotionally beautiful person. But, like, embrace your true power. And for some of you, you may need to stop giving your power away. Yeah, for some of you, you really give your power away and you don't. Justice with Ma'at. It shouldn't just be one person naively throwing their heart out there and, you know, another person taking advantage. You are divine abundance. You are attracting in divine abundance. You are. But justice is about balance. So you need to look at what you're seeking. There's power in kindness. You're an incredibly kind person. And there is power in that. Even if there are occasionally people out there who will see that as weakness and see that as something to take advantage of. It is not weakness. It is what makes the world a decent place to be. You're like all of this, you know, beauty and optimism, like, powered with the strength that you're capable of. Like, you're so attractive because you actively can just make the world a better place by being who you are. But there is some aspect of maybe not throwing all that potential away on people who don't even have good intentions. Like, it's hard to change even when you want to. So, if you've had people who've taken advantage of your loving nature and your kindness, look, you're super lovable. Oh God, you're super lovable, and you absolutely deserve to have that in return. But you do need to be discerning enough to not invest in people who show you that they're not trustworthy. Yeah, we've got cold heart and learn. So you're not cold-hearted. You have like the biggest, most beautiful heart. There is a need to go from like completely naive into like somebody who's loving but discerning. You have like, you've got some psychic ability going on. We've got sister. Why is sister there? Snake and the Queen of Wands. So there could be some way of you being reborn because the snake sheds their skin in order to grow. The snake also could be, you know, hidden enemies. So just know, I'm not saying that you should look around everywhere for enemies, but like if somebody is showing you that their character at this moment is poor, that is likely to lead to heartbreak for you. So discernment, psychic energy, and like the more that you can be this discerning and powerful, the stronger you're going to be. The more, you know, like kindness is not a weakness. It is your power. It is something that's going to help you embrace your power, but you need justice. You need harmony and balanced relationships. So learn from the cold-hearted person in your life or people, but don't learn that you should be cold-hearted. Learn that those are the choices that they made and that they get to make them even if they're not a good choice. We've got rebirth. can't show you rebirth. Bear and the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands is holding on to things that, you know, don't serve you anymore. And the bear is incredibly strong. Feel like you're an incredibly strong person. But it also doesn't necessarily mean that you should hold on to things that have no service, no use. Like you're literally, one of the things that makes you attractive is you are literally a gift to not just, you're literally a gift to this plane of existence with your loving heart. But like allow yourself to have a rebirth, because if you only sink your energy into people who come back, who are all about taking and like you're never going to fill up those people. Like I heard like there's like a divine mission. I feel like you're somebody who genuinely, by existing, absolutely makes the world a better place. There may be a need for you to be more discerning, be less naive. But it's not about not being this emotionally open, loving, gorgeous individual that you are. It's just about being discerning about where you put that, because sometimes you can put that someplace and that's all that somebody needed. And sometimes you can give everything you have day after day, your entire life, and that person will never be filled. And that person won't ever do right by you. So there is a need. There's nothing wrong with being loving and giving. There's nothing wrong with having your heart in your sleeve. But there is a need to discern what you should do with that. Because there is a best use. Because like you very literally, one of the things that makes you attractive is you just very literally make the world a better place. and it's kind of a waste to throw it away. So just know that you're incredibly attractive, you're incredibly loving, but you do need to be more discerning. I wish you so much happiness and love and joy, like you bring to other people. And if you do want a free reading, I'm giving away 2 as soon as I hit 9,000 subscribers. And if you want to book with me, my email's in the description right below the timestamps. And time to move on to pile number 4. Pile number 4, my gorgeous angels. What makes you attractive? What makes you attractive? We've got the Hanged Man. We've got the Knight of Wands. We've got me dropping half of my deck. And we've got the Ten of Wands. Just for the life of me, could not pick up that one last card. So, Hanged Man, Temperance, Ten of Wands, and the Knight of Wands. So we've got movement and we've got staying in one place, but having a creative mind. We've got Temperance, which is kind of like an alchemy between 2 different things. We've got the Ten of Wands. You're somebody that's very responsible. And you may seek to create a lot of harmony. Let's look at the Hanged Man, because the Hanged Man is an enlightenment card. The Hanged Man is about being able to see things in a different way than other people. So you may have a very creative, agile mind. We have got the Scythe, though, and the Page of Pentacles. You may also need to, however, focus on like the practical small steps that you need to make. Because as much as you do have a creative mind that looks at things from a lot of different directions, that may occasionally lead you to not take action when you need to. So just concentrate on like small baby steps bringing you into the right direction. It's a small thing. And there is a lot of good things regarding that. We've got the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Wands. The Ten of Wands is very responsible, but you definitely could be holding on to more things than you should be. And you also may be very defensive about that. You're persistent. You don't like to give up. You may be a little bit resistant to change, though. We've got the let's talk about that. Knight of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. We've got like being left out in the cold, and it having to do with that Knight of Wands. Somebody that was inconsistent. So, or somebody that, or maybe it's just like, I think that you've got a lot of fire and energy. I think that it's just like, where are you putting all that energy? And is it towards something that's related to lack? Queen of Cups. So we've got an incredibly loving, emotionally stable, emotionally balanced person. And we also have a Knight of Wands, which is somebody who comes in and out whenever they, feel like it. And that leading to loss. So clarity on the 9 of Wands. I think you're tough. King of Pentacles. There's some kind of abundant person. And there's some kind of incredibly emotionally intelligent person. And I know this is about you being attractive. I feel like you may be keeping like some kind of, look, it's not that you can't have abundance, but you may be holding on to past things that hurt you. So know that abundance and harmony are options for you. Clarity on Temperance. 5 of Swords. I just feel like it may be pretty hard for you to open up because you've had people who didn't have good intentions, who, were all about themselves. It doesn't mean that that's what makes you attractive. Like, you're already attractive. But it does make you a little bit defensive. Got the 8 of Pentacles and the Key. So there is some kind of key, which is like some necessary energy and effort that needs to be put in. This doesn't necessarily, and absolutely shouldn't be, towards somebody who hasn't built anything with you. But like, we've got loss and we've got abundance. We've got holding on to burdens. Regarding, so it's not that you're attractive, but like it may be hard for you because you've had some bad past experiences. How attractive is pile number 4? How attractive is pile number 4? The World. Like, everything's in you. Like, you're the world. Like, you're incredibly attractive. Like, there's a lot of passion that gets sent your way. You're King of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. I think that so we've got the King and Queen of Pentacles here. And we've got the King of Swords and the Queen of Water, which is the Cups. So two, 2 is on the clock, so that might be significant to some. 2s are about choices. So I feel like there's an ability to really use your head, and there's an ability to really be established, and there's an ability to really be emotionally mature and practical. And it does look like that is something that may lead to a pair that really makes sense, where there is a greater building. I know this isn't a love reading, But I'm getting that there's so much, there's a lot of defensiveness here. And that's okay. You know, like, we don't all have wonderful, beautiful experiences. And it can be really hard to let your guard down when somebody's acted awful. And it doesn't mean you need to let your guard down with that person. Sometimes that person just showed you who they are. But it doesn't mean that you can't allow yourself to have something that would be good for you because something was bad for you. Some other thing was bad for you. What makes you attractive? Right action. Aparagrapha, let's see if I said that right, literally means let everything that wants to go, go, and everything that wants to come, come. And there is holding on to things and like maybe fighting for things for a very long time. But I feel like there's some kind of potential awakening for you on what ultimately is the right actions that will get you towards people in situations that are a lot more just relaxed and harmonious, and you know, where there can be like harmonious healing relationships in your life. You know, Demeter, harvest. Also, this is the Queen and King of Earth. So there's a harvest coming up for you. And it is about like doing the things that are practical and letting go of what wants to go and letting what wants to come in, come in. Use the time you have just the way you like. So, I think that this is just advice. We have our time here on this plane of existence. Use the time to make yourself happy, to practically build up the things that you want. Strength, because you are powerful. You are abundance. Like, being with you is abundant. Being with you involves like the practical and necessary things, being abundant and good, and there being, this chance for healing and balance. But it's like, just know that it does start with you. Not everything that's ever happened to you, because, we're not responsible for other people's issues. We just need to figure out what matters to us and build on that. So you're being asked to have some kind of optimism, because you're strong, you're powerful, that makes you attractive. You're wonderful relationship material, your abundance, and it all leads to harmony. There's a lot of passion coming for you, but it's like the work that's put in is key, because you have everything, and you just need to maybe have a little bit of a realization and look at things in a different way. We've got the soft heart. We've got this beautiful, soft, loving, giving heart. We've also got butterfly. So like you're going through transformation, and transformation is uncomfortable. We've got the dragon, which is about power and magic and magicalness, but it can also be like, you know, to some extent greed. And we've got the prosperity, and we've got something that was broken. Like you have so much prosperity, like so much available prosperity to you. I don't know if you're ready to let that in at this point in time, because you're human. But at some point you may have had something that broke off prosperity wise. Maybe you're still holding on to it. But there's a metamorphosis, and there's a change, and there's a beautiful butterfly. And then we have the dragon, which is like you're incredibly powerful. People are attracted to that. We've got the Nine of Swords and the Anchor, though. So Nine of Swords is our fears, our worries, our anxieties. And the Anchor is like being able to ground something, but are you grounding your anxieties? Are you, you know, like, again, you're not responsible for everything that has ever happened to you. But you do have the power to make your life better. You really have the power to make your life better. There may be a need for you to allow in something that would balance with you. Because we've got we've got the two matched figures, and we have temperance. Because just because you haven't always experienced harmony doesn't mean you can't experience harmony. But you will have to stop focusing so much on loss that you can't let the right person in. Or the right situation. Maybe it's not a person. Just letting abundance in, because anything you do to emotionally heal and balance, you're bringing prosperity. You're being in your strength. You're closing out negative cycles and allowing, new passion come in. But some things just need to be cut out. So just know that there may be some work that you need to put in your life. Who doesn't? But you're incredibly attractive. It's just that you may be so afraid of getting hurt because you have been hurt. But it doesn't mean that will, that's going to be everybody. That just means that don't allow in people who act shady. And it's okay to even be slow to warm up to people. But just allow good people into your life. Because you're super attractive, you're super strong, but you may need to just allow more good things to happen for yourself. Because I feel like I need to pull one more card, so I'm going to do it. Don't let things replace moments, people, and experiences. There are so many good people and good experiences that you can have. Does it mean that you need to be discerning? Yeah, probably. But, you know, you're bringing all these potential good things to you. You just occasionally need to let them in. So I hope that this helps. I deeply appreciate you. Thank you so much.